Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about my thoughts on how Justin Russo lost his position at wiztech on Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. So I completely forgot it came back on today. They had 2 episodes, and so they say the second part of the first season is not gonna drop until February 28th. I'm just like, man, that's a long stinking time. But you can actually watch every new episode on Disney Now, which, now you have to go online and do that. And it sucks because I don't have a web browser on my TV, and I hate watching it on the computer because of my tinnitus and everything. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. And so I was like just on YouTube, scrolling around, and then Disney Channel um explaining how, he lost like his position. And it was a long clip, like 5 minutes and stuff. And I was actually shocked to see that's how he lost it. And I have some thoughts on that. But before I give those thoughts on that, I'm actually kind of shocked and surprised that like it takes so long just to put the second half on Disney Plus. I don't like that format. When the show first premieres, after it comes on TV the next day, the first 9 episodes on Disney Plus, which is, I can't talk, which is cool and everything, but like then you have to wait till the next year to get the second half out, and I don't like that. Then it takes about like a month or half or two just for like the rest of those episodes to hit Disney Plus. Look, Disney Channel is going bye-bye. Like, I truly feel that way. I mean, it's disappearing in other countries. Just get rid of it only like in America and put the whole thing on Disney Plus. That's just my thoughts on that. Also, I'm very shocked that they're dropping 2 episodes at the same time. Why are they trying to burn this series off really fast? That's never a good sign when it comes to television shows. Normally, if a show drops 2 episodes in one night and they continue that until the season is over, whether it's on broadcast TV or streaming, normally that means that the network does not have faith in the show and they're just trying to hurry and get rid of it as soon as possible. So I'm wondering if this spin-off series not doing what the network wants and not getting the numbers and the viewership and the attention, it makes you wonder. I mean, it hasn't gotten renewed yet, and but it is still a broadcast television, so they're gonna wait until the season's over until they decide if they're gonna renew it or not. But Disney Channel has been canceling a lot of their stuff after just 1 or 2 seasons, so it does make me worried if they're gonna cancel this really fast. But a lot of it, like, it's just the pacing of it all. Like, the pacing of this season is slow. And the reason why the pacing matters is because there's an actual supposed story arc with the whole why Billy is there, who's after her, and it's just going very slow. Plus, there is some division as to who exactly is this show for. Is it for the older audience that used to love the original? Is it for a new audience that's really young? And some people have mixed feelings about this show, but for the most part, the older generation, some of them are like watching and enjoying. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. But anyway, my thoughts on like how Justin lost his job. So basically, what happened was we see him, well, actually, we see Billy and whatever his older son name is. Like, God, it's been a while since I watched this. I completely, whatever his name is, the older one that's always hanging with Billy. And so apparently they're inside Justin's brain, and I have to say I'm very unimpressed by how the inside of the brain looks. It's just like a room laboratory with like DVDs and like other little sketches of like on a tiny blackboard, and it's just kind of like Does this show not have a budget? Like, I'm really starting to wonder that. Cause I mean, they could have done something neat. Like if they didn't have the budget to go all squishy like a brain and all these electrodes and everything like that, they could have just done like a black room with some like really cool wizardy like drapes or like just something impressive, not just a boring looking room. So they're looking at this monitor and they're looking at his old memories. And so, like, the memories is that of him, and I guess like the assistant, like, head wizard and stuff. And so basically, he just lost his job because the assistant hexed Justin's wand. And Justin's wand looks a little different. I don't know what. I don't get that. Like, when he became headmaster, apparently his wand changed for some reason. It now has like a handle to it, and it doesn't look like the leg of like, say, like an old-fashioned chair or stool or whatever, or like a carrot. I used to call his wand like a carrot. That's what it used to look like, because his original wand is on this new show, but for some reason in this flashback, he has a completely different wand. I have to watch the whole episode to get some real context, but this is all I'm just going by is this clip. So the assistant like hacks his wand, hexes it, and then gives it to Justin. Justin like, hey, what are you doing to my wand? So then he puts a hex on Justin to make him forget what he just saw. So when Justin sees like the unicorn and the rest of the students and this and that, he tried to stop something with his wand, but he did the wrong spell because the wand is hex. And so because it caused like all this like craziness to happen, he lost his job because of that. And I was just kind of like, wait, that's what happened? it feels almost like a cop-out. And so Billy fixed the memory because it glitched and everything like that. And she saw the real memory. And then like, I guess this like security system and like the footage whatever came out, it's like the assistant like who's the new headmaster, and he tries to attack them. There's like a battle with the wands, which is kind of very unimpressive and everything. Seriously, the actress who plays Topanga, like I appreciate the effort of trying to make this all Harry Potterish looking and stuff, but that was a very weak battle. But anyways, also I noticed their spells now sound more like Harry Potter spells. So that's kind of odd. But then again, this show is a ripoff of Harry Potter. So I guess that's okay. But as for that's the way he lost his job, because he got set up and lost his memory and stuff. It just feels kind of like a cop-out. Like almost like they went the kitty route as to how he lost his job, as opposed to him actually screwing up and everything. See, the thing about Justin is that Justin is very intelligent. He's near perfect, but he's a dorky little guy with insecurities and stuff. He's a bit arrogant, but for the most part, he strives for perfection. Everybody's always raving about how good he is. So when this new series came out and they found out that the great and intelligent, perfect Justin failed at something huge, it knocked him down a peg. You saw the emotion on his face. He gave up being a wizard. He never used his wand again. And you saw the sadness in his face. I appreciated that because it gave some level of depth and intrigued into his character, because Justin just thinks he's all that. And to knock him down a peg off his high horse, in my opinion, is great character development. But now we learn out that it was never his mistake. It was just an evil wizard who just wanted his job. And I'm just kind of like, you wasn't willing to go there? Like, it had to, like, once again, he's back to being that great, perfect, smart person. And then The thing about being all high and mighty and again knocked down a pit, it gives great humidity and everything. I can't say that word. Humidity, whatever. I hate saying that word. But anyway, it makes you look more human. It shows that hey, you're not perfect. You have to learn from your mistakes. And you're just like everybody else. And you shouldn't think that you're so much better than everybody. You have to be humble. Like, it makes you a more humble person. But now we see that he's exactly the same person he is. He's still smart. He's pretty much near perfect. He can like fix any situation. I'm not expecting this show to be all dramatic and deep. I get it. It's a kid's show, you know what I'm saying? But 15 years ago on Disney Channel, even some of the most wackiest television shows could really be mature at times and show feelings and emotion and when a person fails and all kind of other stuff. Even this show used to do that back in the day, with the whole Mason and Alex and they did that whole cop out thing too as to why he said he loves Juliet and will never stop loving her. It's not because that's true, it's because werewolves are like impulsive and it broke Alex's heart. But even though, they did the cop out there, you still felt that emotion of her crying, talking about, oh, my heart's broken and blah, 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 and like all this other stuff. And then at the very end, when they lost both Mason and Juliet, when she turned into had her vampire wings being a slave and Mason turned into an actual wolf, you saw the hurt and pain on Alex and Justin's face. And talking about how people like them never get to be happy because they're not normal people. They're different. That really spoke. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a mature level for a kid's show. And now it's kind of like they take 10 steps back just to show that, it wasn't even really his fault. And I just don't appreciate that. It just is dumbing it down for little kids and it's not teaching them nothing. Not only that, but you gotta remember, Justin Henry is an executive producer on the show, so he gets to call a couple of the strings. And I'm just gonna assume that maybe he's all like, I don't want Justin to go down that route. Let's just say it's not his fault and it's somebody else's fault and he got framed and everything. I bet you anything it was something like that. This is why sometimes the lead star should never ever be an executive producer on the show, because then they're gonna look out for their character. And sometimes they don't always need to look out for their character. So this is telling me straight up that this really is a kid show, this spinoff, and is here to cater to kids, and there is not gonna evolve to the level that the older fans hoped it would, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a real disappointment because it's just kind of like they're keeping it safe. And I don't want this show to be safe, because if this show continues to be safe, which it's been doing so far, then I'm disappointed and I don't want to come back if it gets a second season. Only because you don't understand, this was my favorite Disney Channel show. Because I grew up in the Zoog Disney era with the Even Stevens and Lizzie McGuire, but the new era became my favorite show. It was fun, it was magical, it was wacky, and it feels, like I said before, this show feels like a watered down version of the original. And I've seen some kid magic shows before, like Just Add Magic is amazing. For a kid show, or a teen show, I should say, because they're teens in that, or preteens or whatever, they sometimes can go there in a really dark kind of place, but for a kid's level. But of course, this is Disney, and Disney is going back to, okay, we want to play it safe. We want to kumbaya. We don't want nobody getting upset. And I'm just kind of like, I'm just not feeling that. So I'm very disappointed they went down this route and everything. Especially after that huge talk he had with his father, Jerry, about how he don't think he'll probably be good enough to do this and do that. And it's all that now is all for nothing. It's all for nothing. It is literally all for nothing. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.